And it does look like we're getting into some more rural areas here in Texas. So as I mentioned before, what we've heard from people who do cover these pursuits frequently is they say these drivers, sometimes the suspects go back to areas they're familiar with. That way they know which way they're going to be turning. They know which direction they're headed. And we're seeing this driver making those quick decisions as they roll through intersections. These windows tinted, so it's hard when our chopper zooms in on it, unable to see exactly how many people may be in this vehicle, but you can see it as this silver pickup that police continue to follow closely behind. There's a big, large silver toolbox in the back of the pickup truck, and this now is giving us a look at the driver, but when our camera zooms out, you can see just how many squad cars are following behind. We've gotten a count of at least 3. There's probably more than that, and they're all talking and communicating with each other too. You know, they say here's where they're turning. They always give road by road instructions, and they also probably have police responding around the area as well to try to help keep people and the traffic safe. You can see there another, it looked like they tried to use that spike strip, and that's why the driver had went into those left-hand lanes. You saw that police vehicle had been stopped off to the side of the road. So there you go. That was one of the things I'd mentioned, was some of these tactics that they try to use. They got to think about how many other vehicles are in the area. They got to think about also exactly what kind of maneuvers they're going to be able to do. It does seem like this vehicle is slowing down now. It could be because they're coming up on more traffic. It could be because that spike strip may have been a little bit successful. You did see, though, that driver had tried to evade the spike strip by going over into the left. And now you can tell with just how many more lanes are being added to this road, it's going to be a little bit of a busier area. So we are watching again live here on NewsNOW from Fox. Viewer discretion is advised, as we don't know how this may end or when it may end. But I do want to make that note because we have seen some of these end in some tragic ways, unfortunately. So hopefully this is a situation where the driver realizes, I'm not going to get away. These police are right behind me. I better just surrender, keep everyone safe here this afternoon. But of course, that's not always the case. So we're going to continue to watch this here on NewsNOW from Fox. Thank you to all of our viewers who are here watching live with us. And you can tell this vehicle slowing down, so wondering if those spike strips may have worked on some of his tires. It's hard to see because we're only seeing one side of the car, but you can tell police have been in communication, as I talked about before, because they were at that intersection stopping traffic since they knew this driver is obviously not going to be stopping. You hate to see a situation where they T-bone another car, or they themselves also get T-boned by another car. We saw that happen just earlier this week or last week. You know, there was a pursuit in California when some cars got a green light and they didn't know a pursuit was happening, and a car ran their red light, and that's when they had gotten T-boned and crashed into the a little bush area in front of a gas station. So once again, here we are watching this pursuit live. They attempted to use spike strips at least once. We're going to have to see now that they've tried it once if they're going to use any other tactics to try to get this driver to get pulled over. And for our viewers who are just joining us here, you are watching this live pursuit of this silver pickup truck here in Texas. And again, just information we do know at this time from our Dallas station. They were being told that the DEA had originally asked Dallas police to tail this vehicle. Now, we don't know the reasons why they'd asked them to tail this vehicle. And so Dallas police did try to initiate a traffic stop. When the driver didn't stop, they took off. That's when they obviously started this pursuit here on Thursday afternoon. You can definitely tell that this vehicle looks like it is struggling to keep up with this pace here as we continue to watch it live. And it does look like possibly somewhere on those left-hand side tires, he may be having some trouble. I do believe we saw the wheel come off of this pickup truck. So eventually this truck isn't going to be able to go very much further. You can see too, the speeds have definitely decreased as we've been watching this here for over 20 minutes now. And so this pickup looking like it's coming to a rolling slow here as it tries to continue to get away from police. But his vehicle is going to be giving up very shortly. You can't drive on those rims for very long. And again, that was from the success of those spike strips that they had tried. And now since we're, and you can see right there, we're getting a better look at this vehicle. You can see his tire completely gone from that driver's side, very flat in there on the back end of the driver's side. And this suspect does look like they have their hands coming out of the window. This is going to be the time when police are then going to have to stop, make sure that they are protected. They're going to then give directions to the suspect on how to surrender themselves to keep not only themselves, but also, of course, the law enforcement agents and officers as safe as possible. Our chopper giving us this live look again, this pursuit coming from Garland, Texas. Trees obviously could not be something we can control as they're in the way, but this truck has not come to a complete stop yet as we watch this driver near the end of this pursuit here in Texas. And you can see those squad cars right up on the back end of this truck. There's a better look at those two wheels. So we saw the spike strips earlier. You saw this driver trying to maneuver his way around those spike strips. Obviously, it was not successful for him, but successful for police. So that is good news for them as they are able to help end this pursuit. Now they're going to try to take cover and give directions to this suspect on how to safely come out of the car where they can continue to see their hands, and they're going to have him face his back towards them and then also get down on the ground. It does look like he has a cigarette and possibly a cell phone in his hand. Looks like he's trying to argue with police on what he's supposed to do here. So police trying to give him the correct directions and so that he can safely put down everything he has in his hands, get down on the ground so they can apprehend him. And just a reminder, viewer discretion is advised as they do a huge takedown there with the sheriff. And again, that's a pretty risky move by agents there as they take him down onto the ground. Looks like though he was not being cooperative. Obviously, that's the time when they were saying, please put your cell phone down slowly on the ground. He obviously was arguing and saying something to the police. So it looked like the sheriff decided to take the opportunity when he was distracted talking with police to tackle this man down to the ground. And they have then put the cuffs on his wrists there behind his back. They're going to be searching him for any weapons and taking this person into custody here as they end this pursuit on this Thursday afternoon.